Welcome to the 129th commencement of the University of Idaho. Now entering are the faculty of the university. A long tradition at the university is for the faculty to form two columns that the graduating candidates will pass through. Now entering the College of Graduate Studies. Established in 1925, the college leads the university's graduate-level research programs and creative activities. The college has 670 faculty and offers 68 program areas including master's, specialist, and doctoral-level degrees. The college continues to enhance fellowships, assistantships, and research scholarships, as well as professional students at 5 campuses across the state and online across the world. Dr. Jerry McMurtry serves as the dean. The highlight student is Fatima Alkoma, hailing from Saudi Arabia. Fatima is earning a PhD in computer science and aims to use social media to tackle important societal issues like mental health, cyberbullying, and misinformation by creating advanced algorithms for a safer online environment. Fatima was chosen to lead today's graduates because continuous learning and innovation are essential to her, and staying at the forefront of this field through collaboration, making positive and ethical impacts by fostering change, cooperation, education, and personal growth all exemplify graduate research at its finest at the University of Idaho. Introducing the College of Agricultural and Life Sciences. Established in 1901, CALS is leading the way in finding solutions to the world's most critical challenges. Every day, faculty, students, and staff in CALS provide real-life solutions that the health and welfare of people, animals, and the environment. Dr. Michael Porella serves as the dean, leading 200-plus faculty on the Moscow campus and throughout the entire state of Idaho. The college offers 25 majors, 21 minors, and 20 graduate programs across 7 departments. CAL's featured student is Amy Flack, majoring in child development. Amy is from Priest River, Idaho, and her goal is to eventually work in early intervention, assisting young children and families in meeting their goals and milestones. Amy was selected for her commitment to her education, her passion for children, and excelling in all aspects of her education. Introducing the College of Business Economics, established in 1925. Believes students best learn by doing business. Students are managing marketing consulting contracts, trading financial securities and commodities, improving processes for regional businesses, helping rural communities prepare tax returns, and launching their own businesses. Dr. Lisa Viktorovich serves as the dean, overseeing 34 faculty members. Forrest James Kelly is the college's highlight student, majoring in finance with a trading and capital management certificate. Forrest is excited to embark on a career in the financial industry within his hometown of Boise. He was selected to lead the college because he is an outstanding student, maintaining a perfect 4.0 GPA and serving as a mentor and teacher to other students and expanding trading activities into new asset classes. Introducing the College of Engineering. Established in 1907, offers 37 degrees in 13 different engineering fields. During its long history, the college has built a reputation for excellence in teaching, research, and outreach. Recognized by the National Academy of Engineering as one of the nation's top 7 senior design programs for infusing real-world experiences into the engineering education. Susie Long serves as a dean and leads nearly 100 faculty. The highlight student is Josiah Whitmire, hailing from Athol, Idaho, and majoring in mechanical engineering. Josiah is graduating with honors and helped develop the college's machine shop mentoring program. After graduation, He plans to pursue a career in the manufacturing or energy industries with a long-term plan to build local manufacturing and design businesses to serve the Northwest region. Introducing the College of Natural Resources. Established in 1917, students learn in some of the most spectacular outdoor classrooms in the world, the forests, rivers, ranges, and wildernesses of Idaho. Nationally, its natural resource programs are some of the highest ranked. Introducing the College of Science.
I can conceive of a national destiny which meets the responsibilities of today and measures up to the possibilities of tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the entrance of the platform party. Introducing Michael Parella, Lisa Viktorovich, Susie Long, Eva Strand, Ginger Carney, Jerry McMurtry, Dan Ewert, Blaine Eccles, Tanner McLean, Dean Kaler, Lindsey Brown, Gwen Gorzelski, Chris Nomura, Ben Hunter, Sean Keogh, Scott Brunson, Amy Lentz, Skip Oppenheimer, Tori Lawrence, John Mark Gautier, and C. Scott Green, the 19th President of the University of Idaho. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the presentation of the colors by the University of Idaho Army ROTC Color Guard, followed by the performance of our national anthem by Zoe Miller.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does the star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please welcome the chair of the University of Idaho Faculty Senate, John Mark Gautier.
Be seated. Good morning. It's my honor to welcome you to the University of Idaho's 2023 Winter Commencement. This is a special time when our university gathers to honor our students as they complete their course of study and begin a new chapter in their lives. Please join me in welcoming the 19th President of the University of Idaho, C. Scott Green.
Thank you, Associate Professor Gautier, for opening our ceremony and your service as Chair of the Faculty Senate. Students, parents, families, deans, faculty, and honored guests, welcome to the University of Idaho, our state's flagship land-grant institution. Our history is important, and I want to begin by acknowledging that our U of I Moscow campus is located on the homelands of the Nimipu, Palouse, and Stisa-Umch tribes. We extend gratitude to the indigenous people that call these places home since time immemorial. The university recognizes it is our academic responsibility to build relationships with the indigenous people to ensure integrity of voices, of tribal voices. Seated directly behind me and on the floor are representative members of the University of Idaho's leadership. Will the platform party and other members of university leadership team joining from the audience please rise? Our leadership team has demonstrated its commitment and dedication to the students of this great institution. Commencement is one of our favorite days of the year, and on behalf of the university's leadership team, we're excited to celebrate this accomplishment with you today. Please be seated. This is the 129th commencement year for the University of Idaho. More than 131,000 students have earned more than 140,000 degrees since the first graduates walked across our stage in 1896. That tradition continues today. Over 550 graduates are joining the ranks of Vandal alumni this winter. We take great pride in our academics, which incorporate experiential learning across disciplines. From cutting-edge research to internships, our faculty work closely with our students and connect with them on a personal level. A Vandal education combines rigorous academics with invaluable experiences outside the classroom. Our students are assessing tree health at our experimental forest. They're excelling at internships with local businesses and shearing lambs at the U of I Sheep Center in Moscow. Vandals learn by doing. The result is graduates who are sought after by industry and command the highest starting salaries of any public university in Idaho. U of I alums work hard and know how to contribute from day one. They add value to their companies and to their communities. A great example is Forrest James Kelly, who's graduating today from the College of Business and Economics. He's earning his degree in finance with a certificate in trading and capital management. Forrest earned a perfect 4.0 GPA and served as a mentor and leader in the Barker Capital Management program. He led the effort to expand the group's trading activities into new asset classes, and his experience will serve him well as he begins his career at Fulcrum Home Loans in Eagle. Another outstanding example is Mila Kreitz, a high school student in Pasco, Washington. She wasn't planning on attending college, but she discovered the horticulture and urban agriculture degree at the U of I and found a rewarding career path. Her many hours working on the seed potato germplasm program helped prepare her for a full-time job at Helena Agri-Enterprises in Pullman. She'll begin that next month. I know there are thousands of terrific examples of Vandals who not only gained a great education here, but also made their mark by investing in their community and lifting up those around them. There's no better demonstration of this than our first-generation students. If you are the first in your family to earn a college degree, please stand. The path to graduation is always challenging, but it's even more so as a first-generation student. You're a great example and a guiding light for your family and your community. Congratulations to you and your families. As graduates, I encourage you to continue to be curious, continue to learn, and continue to collaborate in ways that uplift others. This is an exciting time of your life. It's a time to take some risks, to work hard, to make a difference. As Vandals, you adapted to change and learned new skills on the fly. You embraced your community, you mourned together, and celebrated together. We're all proud to call you Vandal alumni. Vandals are running boardrooms across this country, seeking justice in our courtrooms, and serving in our classrooms across Idaho and the West. They're healing our family members in Idaho hospitals and working in the corridors of power in both Boise and Washington, D.C. They're even on the field in the NFL. You are joining the ranks of these leaders. Set your sights on something great. Always be prepared to operate a little bit out of your comfort zone. It'll be hard work, and there will be setbacks. But your Vandal family will be here to provide support to you along the way. You will always have the Vandal Network to help you chart your path. You are now ambassadors for our Vandal family. Keep telling your Vandal story, and we'll be right here cheering you on. Congratulations, and go Vandals! As I look out over all these graduates, I know that none of you got here alone. You are supported by friends and family, people you care about, and people who care deeply for you. Let's take a minute to thank them. Graduates, please stand and wave to your friends and family who've supported you along this journey. That's always one of my favorite parts. I'd say you'd be seated, but you guys are so compliant. Yeah, you're already there. It's a privilege to have one of our University of Idaho regents here today to help us celebrate our graduates. Sean Keogh is a member of the State Board of Education and a University of Idaho regent. A Sandpoint resident, she is the executive director of the Associated Logging Contractors, and she served in the Idaho Senate from 1996 to 2018. Regent Keogh, will you please bring greetings to our graduates?
Good morning. The State Board of Education is the governing body for all public education in the state of Idaho, including kindergarten through 12th grades and all of our public higher education institutions. On behalf of the regents of the University of Idaho and the Idaho State Board of Education, I bring you greetings, and I also congratulate you, our graduates, and the families. We are proud of your achievements. You have worked hard, and today graduate from Idaho's land grant institution. We wish you the very best for your future. Congratulations. Go Vandals.
Thank you, Regent Keogh, for being with us today and for your service to this university and to the state of Idaho. It's an honor to introduce today's commencement speaker, Skip Oppenheimer. He currently serves as chairman, CEO of Oppenheimer Companies, a North American food processing, sales, marketing, and distribution organization based in Boise. He's also president of Oppenheimer Development Corporation and chairman of several affiliated corporations. Mr. Oppenheimer serves on the board of the Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco and chairs the Bank Governance and Performance Committee. He is the founding chair and current board member of Idaho Business for Education. Mr. Oppenheimer serves in leadership roles for several prominent Idaho organizations, including St. Luke's Health, the Frank Church Institute, and the Nature Conservancy Idaho Board. Prior to earning his MBA from Harvard Graduate School of Business Administration, Mr. Oppenheimer earned his bachelor's degree in history from the University of Idaho in 1968. He was awarded an honorary doctorate of humane letters from the U of I in 2012. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to our 2023 commencement speaker and a great Vandal, Skip Oppenheimer.
Well, thank you very much. And it's just a total treat to be here to address you, the graduates of the University of Idaho class of 2023. Yes! You know, with all the challenges as well as opportunities going on in the world today, I wanted to talk about a little different dimension relating to kindness by starting with 3 personal stories. Picture a 5th grader weighing in at about 45 pounds, maybe 4 feet tall, in a baseball uniform, too big to fit. In fact, a 5th grader who was not a baseball player. He was a bat boy. He was an assistant visitor's bat boy. This was me and the auspicious start of my working career. This was in Boise, Idaho, who then had a minor league baseball team called the Boise Braves, which was an affiliate of what was then the Milwaukee Braves. It was a Class C team. In those days, baseball had Major League, AAA, AA, B, C, D, and rookie leagues, and Boise was a Class C team. The visiting team players would come into Boise, and they would see me and greet me in the locker room or the dugout, and often say to me, you know, son, what do you do? Again, I was in the 5th grade. I would look up at them and say proudly, I am the assistant visitor's bat boy. And they would say, I've never heard of an assistant visitor's bat boy. Does your dad know somebody? Like, there was no other way to figure out how the job of assistant visitor's bat boy could have been created. It was true. Actually, my dad did know somebody who happened to be the general manager, and that's how I got the job. So I was the assistant visitor's bat boy in that year, and I was working for tips. And then the next year, I moved up to visitor's bat boy, and also working for tips. And then I was for 2 years the home team bat boy, working for tips, also getting some income from selling broken bats. And then for 2 years, I was the clubhouse boy, where I did actually get paid a monthly salary. My brother Doug joined me, and we were working together there for the first time. And I think by then I was in like the, eighth grade or 9th grade. But we were working there together at Bravesfield, cleaning cleats, shining cleats, cleaning out the shower, cleaning out the clubhouse, getting the players Cokes and Pepsis. And, you know, honestly, we thought we had died and gone to heaven. One of the things that struck me was how kind all of these Class C minor league baseball players were to the bat boys and to the clubhouse boys. They would encourage us, they would tip us, they would ask how we were. They were truly some of the nicest people that you can imagine. Kind, caring, a deep commitment to what they did. I still remember them. And by the way, my brother Doug and I are partners in our business and best friends, and have been partners in our business for over 50 years. He also, by the way, is a graduate of the University of Idaho. So fast forward 10 years, and I wanted to get into business school and applied to several business schools to get my MBA after I graduated from the University of Idaho. I have someone who is a well-known CEO in Boise. He's the CEO of Boise Cascade. Some of you may have heard of him, Bob Hansberger. He is a total legend, but I think I'd met him. I'm thinking he might write a letter of recommendation. He wants to interview me. So I walk around the block, literally, I can remember this vividly, trying to get my mind right before I go in for the interview with Bob. His office was where the Key Bank building is, for those of you who are familiar with Boise, on Capitol Boulevard. So I walk in the door, talk to Alice Hennessy, who, by the way, has been active over the years here, and she, in those days, she worked for Boise Cascade for many years, and did much beyond. But at that point, she was still on the administrative side, So I talked nervously to Alice outside Bob's office. I walked into Bob's office, sat down looking at this powerful human with a large bald head, piercing blue eyes, sort of leaning back in his chair behind a massive desk. And he began to ask me questions, and 45 minutes later, I literally stumble out of Bob's office, realizing that Bob Hansberger knew me at that point probably better after 45 minutes than I knew me at that point in my life. Alice asked as I'm walking out if I'm okay, because my eyes aren't exactly focusing right. And I kind of stumble out, wondering if Bob will write me the letter. He does. I get into business school. Bob becomes a mentor. We would have breakfast. He was famous for having breakfast very early at the Waihi Hotel in Boise, often after I graduated. And he was always asking me the best questions. He was always challenging me, supporting me, but always in such a kind and embracing and gentle and supportive fashion. It made a very big difference to me, as he did for so many others. So last example, fast forward again to current times. I am serving on the Federal Reserve Board of San Francisco, and Mary Daly is the president. I don't know how many of you know Mary Daly's story. She has been the president for about 5 years of the San Francisco Fed. And first of all, I immediately liked her because she stands all of about 4 feet 2 inches tall and is shorter than I am, which not that many people are shorter than I am. Many of those presidents of the Fed banks, and each of the district banks has an individual president, have pretty significant credentials starting from a very young age. Mary dropped out of high school. She worked in a donut shop in St. Louis, in the St. Louis area, and met a woman there who was a regular customer and turned out to be a mentor, who gave her encouragement, saying she seemed like kind of a smart person, and asked Mary, why are you here? Mary said, what do you mean, why am I here? I'm doing great. I'm living on my own. I'm supporting myself. Her family had kind of fallen apart, so she had to go out on her own. I'm 17 years old. What's wrong with this picture? The woman encouraged her to at least get a GED, and Mary did. And then Mary went on to get a bachelor's degree in economics at the University of Missouri, Kansas City. She then finds she's pretty good at economics and gets a master's degree and then a PhD from Syracuse and starts literally at the bottom rung in the research department at the San Francisco Fed. She worked her way up to the head of research there and then was one of about 100 finalists and ultimately is named president of the San Francisco Fed 5 years, as I said, 5 years ago. The board, of course, we have a governance role and we have to, certainly respect that and do. But some of the important personal aspects and attributes that strike me about Mary, she is so encouraging to her team and to board members like me. She cares about those she serves in the district, which is the whole West. She cares deeply about how to translate all of the work, the research, all these smart people at the Fed to achieve what they call the dual mandate, which is stable prices and maximum employment. But she also remembers to truly achieve the dual mandate that I just mentioned, it is also to walk the talk about it being about all of us, about it being about individuals, people in the district, harnessing the resources of the Fed to help impact those in the district, which ultimately helps achieve the dual mandate, caring about all whom they come in contact with, including me. Using her background and that really unique life experience, particularly at the Fed, to genuinely understand, truly be kind and empathetic to others on a very individual and personal level. And I don't think I'm overstating that. She's a really, really interesting model. And most everybody, one of the things that surprised me, maybe surprise is the wrong word, but that I think was so gratifying about the Fed is just the dedication of these people, their kindness, their caring, how seriously they take the mission. And that really permeates the team. Kindness and caring and deep commitment to what they do. So I wanted to just give a few examples from my life, and I know we all have many of these, hopefully, in our lives, to talk to you for a few minutes here about one of the things that I think is so profoundly important in life, and that is kindness and caring and a commitment to excellence in what you do. Particularly now, but really throughout history, kindness is at the core. At least in my experience, and what I try to remind myself, kindness is what makes the biggest impact on people. Ultimately, that is what life is all about. People will not remember much, but they do remember kindness and caring. At the end of the day, relationships are what matter. Those are the things people truly do care about and talk about in some form or fashion throughout life. And even at the end of life, that's what people will remember about you. One of the things that I find so gratifying about education and the University of Idaho, Scott mentioned this, President Green mentioned this, is the ability to broaden our views, to expand our thinking, to provide us with exposure to the world of ideas, of philosophies, arts, sciences, disciplines, friends, and ways to go out into the world and continue to grow to be a better and better person. During COVID, the community here came together with kindness. The U of I worked with Gritman to open a lab, worked together to develop masking protocols, and worked together to learn how to deal with all of this. There are so many examples of kindness overcoming fear and adversity. During the horribly tragic Capitol crimes a year ago, the compassion and kindness shown by the Vandal family was a model for the world, helping each other get through the nightmare and helping each other to begin to heal. You held classes in the spring semester after the tragedy, and nobody knew how many students would return, and so many did. The University of Idaho is a great example, in my view, and I'm sure maybe all of our view, of a higher education institution that is committed to a sense of community, a sense of kindness, and developing relationships, a sense of building and establishing new platforms for the future, to enhancing the evolution of culture in organizations and for all of us as individuals. This is what the fabric of life is so much about. I gave you 3 personal examples that I initially started this with, very different people all through those examples. But those are just a few examples of why and how kindness matters to a young 5th grade kid at his first job, post-university, and now a somewhat older guy, even now the impact of kindness above all other attributes. Kindness and compassion also allows us to be good listeners as we are thinking of the other person, not just ourselves. And believe me, thinking of the other person, not just myself, is something that I need to remind myself of every single day. As the Dalai Lama has said, the true essence of humankind is kindness. There are other qualities which come from education or knowledge, but it is essential if one wishes to be a genuine human being and impart satisfying meaning to one's existence to have a good heart. Congratulations to you all on this major accomplishment. I know you will build on your experiences at the University of Idaho as you move into the next exciting and meaningful chapter. It's an honor to be here with you and to help you celebrate. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Skip. We appreciate your inspiring words and valuable wisdom and about the power of kindness. And I think we've all had an opportunity to experience that lately and understand the lessons that you're bringing here. I'd like now to welcome Captain Scott Brunson, Commanding Officer for our Navy ROTC program, to recognize our graduates who've been commissioned in the United States Armed Forces.
Good morning and welcome. As President Green said, I'm Captain Scott Brunson, and I'm honored to speak with you today. Although I'm a recent arrival to Moscow and the University of Idaho, it was quickly evident that both this university and this community's support to the U.S. military is extraordinary. I want to personally thank you for the encouragement and the support and the assistance you've provided the ROTC units throughout the years. I've also learned that the University of Idaho has a long and distinguished history of developing future officer leadership of the United States Armed Forces, spanning every service: the Army, the Navy, the Marine Corps, the Air Force, and most recently, the Space Force. This graduating class is no exception, and I want to thank the university for the opportunity to highlight several exceptional individuals who committed this week to service to our nation by taking an oath to defend our Constitution and our way of life. Recent commissionees, please stand. Thank you. You can be seated. Later in today's ceremony, each of these graduates will walk with their respective colleges to receive their diplomas. However, prior to that, we would like to recognize them for having completed a rigorous leadership development program in conjunction with their pursuit of a degree. Each of these students were commissioned as officers yesterday and swore an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and will well and faithfully discharge the duties of their office. Let me anchor on this point for a moment. This oath is the same oath taken by U.S. congressmen, and is scarcely different than the oath taken by the President of the United States at inauguration. And this oath is not to an individual, not a king, a president, or a dictator, as was standard at the time, and is still commonplace today. And it is not to a nation. It is to our Constitution, its framework, and its values. So, second lieutenants and ensigns, let me speak to you for a moment. It is incumbent upon you and me and those of us still in service to protect this group out here. And I have complete faith that you will fulfill this task no matter the cost. You realize you are not entering a job, you are entering a calling. So let me thank you for your service. So please, join me in recognizing these great Americans for their accomplishments and their sworn commitment to lead and serve our soldiers, our sailors, our Marines, our airmen, and our guardians.
Thank you all for your service to our country. We are grateful for our ROTC and the amazing work of our students in these programs. It is a privilege and a joy to work with all of our talented and committed student leaders. From the Student Bar Association to the Graduate and Professional Student Association, to all of our many clubs and organizations, we have terrific students who care about our community and give back. I'd like to invite Tanner McLean to address our graduating students. Tanner?
A few years back, on the night before commencement, I joined a group of seniors who'd been up all night swapping stories around a roaring fire along Old Greek Row. I could see the excitement of graduation in their eyes. For so long, they had been spent waiting for tomorrow, a day in which a new chapter would begin. However, a new chapter could not begin without the closing of the past. These graduating seniors spent their last night of college reminiscing upon nostalgic memories that once were but could never be relived again. So naturally, they spent this time together to create one last college memory. Every one of you before me today has dedicated a part of your life to attend the University of Idaho. Now, I ask each of you to take a moment to reflect on this part of your life. Remember back to moving onto campus, the late nights spent anxiously cramming at the library, walking to class along Hello Walk while bravely facing the bitter cold Moscow winters. Remember all the dumb mistakes you and your friends now laugh about when looking back. The time you found your community here in Moscow, the friends who made your college experience a joyous one. Returning to these memories will elicit a sentimental yearning for the happiness of a former time. I know much of this is corny, perhaps generic for a commencement speech. Nevertheless, I want you to reflect on your college days and remember this moment here and now as the day you begin your next chapter. I'm not asking you to look into your past out of the sadness of leaving behind the good old college days. I'm asking you to look into the past to celebrate the tremendous accomplishment you have all just now achieved. You have all dedicated years to receiving the diploma that will be in your hands very shortly, and that is worth celebrating. In the days to come, you may leave Moscow behind. During this moment, reflect upon the memories that will forever be deeply ingrained in this town you once called home. As you're driving out of Moscow, remember back to the good old college days as the rolling hills of the snow-covered Palouse shrink further away in the distance. I'm not graduating alongside you today, but I am awestruck at how fast each year has passed as I near graduation. The time I've spent here has dramatically changed me, but I struggle to grasp the speed at which I have changed. C.S. Lewis once wrote, "Isn't it funny how day by day nothing changes, but when you look back, everything is different." When first coming to university, I was anxious with the change that came with the start of this chapter. Yet, if I had not embraced this change, I wouldn't be standing in front of you today. The change resulted from seizing the opportunities that were placed before me. Some of you may fear change, may be nervous about beginning a new chapter in your life. You have reached the pinnacle of your college career, but with this, you will start as a beginner wherever you end up, becoming a freshman once more. In your life, you are given minimal opportunities to start a new chapter entirely. If you fear that the good old college days are behind you, you'll be unable to embrace the good times to come in your future. Pursue your happiness and aim at the life you want to live. Now, I ask all of you to look into the future, to imagine your life as you embark upon a new adventure. Imagine your future career and the foreseeable opportunities that come with it. Imagine traveling to new places and experiencing life to the fullest. Imagine a house that you will call home. Imagine attending the graduation of your children, who you will be proud of just as your parents are proud of you today. Imagine growing old and being surrounded by those who love you. Now imagine a not-so-distant future, walking across this stage to receive your diploma, thereby concluding this chapter of your life. Celebrating the past while embracing the future is the message that I want to leave with you today. I also want to thank those I know who are here today for being a part of my college experience. I want to give a special shout out to Jake Hamilton, one of my best friends, roommates, and brother. I also want to congratulate him on waking up this morning. I hear snooze alarm every morning, so good job on that, Jake. I can see the excitement of graduation in each of you. For so long you have waited for today, a day when a new chapter begins. Thank you, and go Vandals.
RASUI President Tanner McLean and his buddy Jake. Provost and Executive Vice President Lawrence will now recognize our graduates who have earned honor cords. Provost Lawrence.
Thank you, President Green. Good morning. The University of Idaho is committed to the pursuit of excellence. Today we recognize the students who are graduating with special honors. Will the students please stand as I call your honor designation and remain standing? And audience, will you please hold your applause until all honorees are standing? Cum laude, with distinction, signified by a bronze honor cord. These are the top 10% of their college class. Will you please stand? Magna cum laude, with great distinction, signified by a silver honor cord. These are the top 6% of their college class. Please stand. Summa cum laude, with highest distinction, signified by a gold honor cord. These students are the top 3% of their college class. Please stand. Next, we invite members of our honors program to stand and be recognized. And finally, we also recognize members of other honor societies, honor organizations, our officer education program candidates, veterans, and all others with honor cords. Will you please stand? All of you have brought distinction to yourselves and to our university through your high achievements as both students and as scholars. Today we honor your hard work and commitment to learning. We look to you for leadership in upholding high standards for yourselves and your peers. Congratulations. Please be seated. We will now begin the granting of degrees to all candidates who have met the requirements for the baccalaureate, master's, specialist, and doctoral degrees. The requirements are set forth by the faculty at the University of Idaho and have been completed through formal study. Degrees will be conferred on all candidates present today, as well as upon those who have been duly excused. Will the candidates for the baccalaureate degree please stand? Also known as bachelor's degrees. See, we're always learning here at the University of Idaho. President Green, these candidates are recommended by their respective faculty to be awarded the baccalaureate degree.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Idaho, I hereby confer upon each of you the bachelor's degree earned with all its rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities. In testimony whereof, you will receive the diploma of the University of Idaho. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Will the candidates for master's degrees please stand? Each of you has completed rigorous advanced studies in academic disciplines. President Green, these candidates are recommended by their respective faculty to receive master's degrees so earned.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Idaho, I hereby confer upon each of you the master's degree earned with all its rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities. In testimony whereof, you will receive the diploma of the University of Idaho. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy please stand? Each of you has completed rigorous advanced studies in academic disciplines. President Green, these candidates are recommended by their respective faculty to receive a doctoral degree so earned.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Idaho, I hereby confer upon each of you the doctoral degree earned, with all its rights, honors, privileges, responsibilities, and testimony whereof you will receive the diploma of the University of Idaho. Congratulations.
We will now begin awarding doctoral degrees. They will be followed by master's, specialist, and baccalaureate degrees. Students receiving a doctorate are giving a doctoral hood. Doctor of Philosophy candidates will be hooded by their major professor. Graduates, after receiving your degree, we ask that all candidates please stay for the remainder of their ceremony out of respect for other graduates and their families. Let's begin. Marshals, please escort our graduates to the stage.
Students graduating with a doctoral degree in the College of Graduate Studies will be greeted by Dean Jerry McMurtry. Fatma Saeed Alkoma, Computer Science, is being hooded by the Major Professor Xiaogang Ma. The dissertation title is Twitter Hate Speech Detected Based on Deep Learning Methods. Nita Anna Epen, Computer Science, is being hooded by the Major Professor Robert Baker Heckendorn. The dissertation title is Efficient Optimizations in Metric and Network Spaces. Mary Louise Everett, Computer Science, is being hooded by the Major Professor John Carroll Shovik. The dissertation title is Exploration of Artificial Intelligence Techniques for Model Usability with Multivariate Time Sequence Data. Ashley Alice Faré, Neuroscience, is being hooded by the Major Professor Deborah Stenkamp. The dissertation title is Transcriptional Heterogeneity and Plasticity in Cone Photoreceptors. Katie Ann Shira, Animal Physiology, is being hooded by Major Professor Gordon Murdoch. The dissertation title is Beef Cattle Physiology, Determinants of Bone and Skeletal Muscle Growth and Maturation. Jacob Wesley Thorne, Animal Physiology, is being hooded by the Major Professor Brenda May Murdoch. The dissertation title is Characterizing Gastrointestinal Nematode Infection in Dorper and Rambouillet Sheep Through Genetic Analyses. Students graduating with a master's or a specialist degree in the College of Graduate Studies will be greeted by Dean Jerry McMurtry. Holly Jane Aritola, Accountancy. Benjamin Boehm, Accountancy. Rai Suresh Bhagat, Statistical Science. Paul Jared Burke, Statistical Science. Ethan Andrew Case, Accountancy. Rebecca Jean Dodd, Natural Resources. James Sheldon Fields, Adult and Organizational Learning and Leadership. Jillian May Hassler, Environmental Science. Autumn Jager, Accountancy. Sang Jar, Food Science. Emanuela Ousu Ansa, Plant Science. Haley Peterson, Accountancy. Connor William Pittman, Natural Resources. Zachary Taylor Putzier, Agricultural Education. Lane Andrew Quittis, Natural Resources. Gage Ross Browning, Geology. Jackson August Stump, Mechanical Engineering. Nathan Tyrell Taggart, Biology. Students graduating with a bachelor's degree in the College of Agricultural and Life Sciences will be greeted by Dean Michael Perella. Amy Lynn Flack. Dylan Ball. Daniel James Dixon. Courtney Buchert. Brandy Marie Coons. Tiana Ray Clevenger. Mila Marie Bunger Kreitz. Samantha Lynn Frazier. Taylor Jean Gamber. Caitlin Frances Hutchinson, summa cum laude. Haley Brooke Knott. Julia R. Bedke. Mariah Grace Michaels. Kendra Nicole Murray. Chase Alexander Jeanette. Kaya John Lebanon. Taylor Thurston. Olivia Ann Redmond. Seamus Aaron House. Connor Mitchell Leahy. Nathan Richard Anhorn. Michaela Anne Marie McCormick. Christy Marietta McGowan. Rory Lynn Mercer. Michael. Taylor Francis Michael. Carol Ann Morrison. Eric Tanner Rankin. Court Michael Skinner. Jake Scott Hamilton. Sarah Mae Skinner. Serinda Grace St. Ange. Taylor Daniel Swift. Katyana Stoichev. Perry Marie Whitcomb. Haley Mae Youngblood.
Students graduating with a bachelor's degree in the College of Business and Economics will be greeted by Dean Lisa Viktorovich. Forrest James Kelly, cum laude. Al-Muataz Al-Mathori. Levi Aaron Bailey. Andrew Ayrton Barbeau. Sydney Marie Barden. Alexandria Marie Benson. Shelby Marie Bird, summa cum laude. Seth Robert Carnahan. Connor Benjamin Chestnut. Ari Marie Clevenger. Naya Louise Marie Conant. Sarah Elizabeth Elder. Zachary A. Jensen. Casey Callista Johnston. Erin Barbara Kammer. Koi Van Ko. Joyce Yassel Lee. Jocelyn Elizabeth Lloyd. Jesus Lozano Cervantes, cum laude. Sophia Nicole Mangini. Diana Medellin. Riley Marie Miller, cum laude. Christopher Drake Moss, cum laude. Colby C. Nosworthy. Corbin Thomas Parsons. Drake Joseph Pera. Jackson Riley Carvo. Jordan Lean Schwartz. Dylan Todd Stengel. Carolyn Francisca Mercedes Stur. Jordan Patrick Serby. Richard James Thomas. Dalia Estelle Valerio. Natalie Marie Vanstone. Braden Mark Workington. Alec James Weist. Students graduating with a bachelor's degree in the College of Engineering will be greeted by Dean Susanna Long. Josiah David Widmeyer, cum laude. Albadr Nasser Abdullah Al-Duhani, cum laude. Tresher Kia Allen. Kennedy Lucille Beach. Honeyville Jean D. Boycer. Skylar Thomas Corrigan. Anthony Drew Davis. Tristan R.W. Denning, cum laude. Gauri Gaur. Jason Haddon, cum laude. Andrew John Charles Johansson. Samuel Quinn Johnson. Xinyi Li. Samir Mankotia. Trenton Lane Patton. Zachary D. Pfaff. Catherine Ann Reese. Kyle Michael Richmond. Zoe Letitia Stefani. Isaias Munoz Venegas. Oh, thank God. Michael Patton Williams. Joshua Michael Wilson. Students graduating with a bachelor's degree in the College of Natural Resources will be greeted by Associate Dean Ava Strand. Kayla A. Hurl. Spencer Palmer Barrera. Hayden Daniel Cisna. Brianna Lynn Clark. Alexander Leland Dash. Alexander Keegan Edelblut. Alex Chen Fong. Cooper Thomas Hayes. Spencer Calvin Holmes. Garrett William Homer. Brooke Ashley Michelson. Hallie M. Morris. Ian Christian Pogue. Kyler Joseph Skinner. Ashley Marie Tremblay. Zachary Van Nyman. Axel Nicole Wall. Andrew Robert Wiehausen. Alex Wells. Students graduating with a bachelor's degree in the College of Science will be greeted by Dean Ginger Carney. Nicole Rochelle Guthrie. Aiden S. Bradshaw. Caden Travis Kramer. Morgan Eugene Daines. Michelle Victoria Drapo. Logan Oliver Dirk. Victoria Rose Fonville. Kendra Corinne Gadsby. Ellie Michelle Grant. Taylor Nicole Hahn. Nicole Anita Johnson. Evan Ruben Martinez. Nicholas Harry Davy Pierce. Jocelyn Kate Scott. Prabhasha N. Wikramarshi.
May I have all the graduates please stand. You're now graduates, so it's time to move your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations. You may be seated. I'd like to invite Amy Lentz, class of 1995, to address our graduates.
Hello, Vandals! Founded in 1898, the University of Idaho Alumni Association is nearly as old as the institution. May I have all University of Idaho alumni in the audience and on the platform please stand. Graduates, you are joining an elite and loyal group of individuals, now numbering over 115,000 strong. They are living and working and making a difference in Idaho, nationally, and around the globe. And now you too are a part of the University of Idaho alumni family. Graduates, congratulations, and go Vandals!
Thank you, Amy. As we near the end of our commencement ceremony, I'd like to take a few moments to show our appreciation to some of the many individuals who made today possible. First, the University Wind Ensemble, led by Assistant Professor and Director of Bands, Mark Thiel. Special thanks go to our commencement readers, Lisa Salisbury and Rochelle Smith. Yeah. The presentation of colors was made by the University of Idaho's Army ROTC Color Guard. Also, sure, go ahead. They do a great job every year. Also, thank you to our floor and college marshals and for the leadership of Rula Awad Rafferty, lead marshal for our ceremony today. Thank you. Thank you to Sean McElrath, our announcer and voice from above. Many others worked for several months to make this event so special, and my gratitude to the committees, faculty, and staff who had a part in the planning of this ceremony. Let's give them all a big round of applause. Finally, I wish to acknowledge our faculty. Will our faculty please stand? You provide knowledge and mentorship to our students. You teach them, you advise them, you support our students and give them the tools they need to be successful in the workforce. You are central to our land-grant mission of teaching, discovery, and service. We commend you for your dedication to our students and the University of Idaho. Thank you again to our faculty. You may be seated. Thank you. Thank you. Graduates, after the ceremony, please join your family and friends outside for photos. Please wait until the stage party has exited the seating area before you begin to recess, or we might run into each other. Just saying. Finally, please join us in a special University of Idaho tradition, the singing of our alma mater. The words are located on page 2 in your program. Please stand.
And here we have Idaho,
This concludes the 129th commencement of the University of Idaho. Parents and families, please meet your graduates outside for pictures. Thank you for attending, and go Vandals, go mighty Vandals.
They're off, right?